Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another international version of MLG Pro Scrims. I'm Chris Puckett, joined by my man from the UK, Benson, is staying up late for tonight's match, and so are 8 of our players. Benson, tonight we have Prophecy facing off against Epsilon. Prophecy, of course, we've seen fail twice against TEC, but tonight they're thinking third time's the charm, going up against this new Epsilon lineup. And what do you think about this new squad led by Shane and crew?
Well, you know, this Epsilon lineup, you can never underestimate. They've got Jerd. A lot of people, anyone across the world is going to know the hype that has surrounded Jerd. King Jerd, just the animal himself. He just doesn't seem to ever die. He can drop 40 bombs just out of nowhere. His teammates can be doing horrible, but he will produce the goods when it matters most. As well as that, he's teaming with Madcat, one of your best young ARs in the world right now, in my personal opinion, as well as that Zanity, who had just had back-to-back fantastic LAN events. And, you know, like you said, Shane, just what a captain for that lineup. He's just full of experience, just a fantastic SMG. So going up against Prophecy this evening, I spoke to Epsilon. They said they were very, very confident. So I would have to say, personally, I would back Epsilon as well. You know, like you said as well, Chris, Prophecy not having the best few last appearances on the EU Pro Scrims as well. So they really have to prove a point as well.
But we do know Prophecy is very strong on LAN. Of course, we've seen them struggle with their connections online, but Prophecy, one of the best teams in the world. That's why when we need another lineup to go up against Epsilon, you and I were both like, we definitely got to bring Prophecy back on. Gunshi, Swanee, Tommy, and Excellence. Some of the best guys in the game. And I got to get your opinion here. Is Jerd the best player in the UK?
That's such a hard question. That is just putting me on the spot in a very difficult situation. A lot of people would say yes, and I can see why a lot of people would say yes. But then you have to look at, you know, some of the other players of quality. You know, you've got Zanity, obviously his teammate. You've got Excellence, who since this game has come out, has just produced time and time again. And I keep saying it, but for me, no one else has sort of matched Excellence. I know a lot of people are going to say, no, it is Jerd, it's definitely Jerd. But I suppose that's what makes it brilliant, it's opinion. But as far as the world is concerned, I would still say we've got a lot of catching up to do to get onto the likes of Freako Karma, for example.
Okay, well, I've seen Jerd, and most of the time I've seen him rocking an AR. Will he be switching between the AR and the SMG, or is he going to be a foul player most likely tonight?
The famous quote is, it's Jerd, he does what he wants.
He does what he wants.
He does what he wants. That's basically what Jerd does. If he wants to SMG, he'll drop 50 bombs. If he wants to AR, he'll drop 50 bombs as well. So it really makes no difference. The guy's just like Terminator.
I love it. Well, tonight we have a best of 7, and I'm ready to get this started. Are you?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, well, here we go. We're jumping into the game, and we're on board with my boy Excellence. And I just started it here, Benson, when I'm at 9:56, and I got Mr. Excellence on our screen pushing from Brickside. As you look at the mini-map, his 2 teammates are going to be pushing through the middle, and you got Swanee right behind him. Down goes Excellence. Let's go over to Swanee, who's backing him up with the FAL. And Swanee, in the other games we've seen in Hardpoint, he's the player who's kind of rocking the foul and holding on to those anchor positions. Is he going to do the same thing here on Slums?
Yeah, without a doubt, Swanee's just going to rotate around. He's just going to be picking up those kills, holding those spawns down. It's something he does absolutely amazingly. You know, there's only one other player you could argue is as good as him in the EU right now, and that's going to be Realized from the TEC lineup. You know, when they played against each other the other day, Realized was just completely outclassing everybody. You know, I'm pretty sure it was yourself that compared him as sort of the EU parasite, and he actually wrote in the tech chat. He was very pleased with that analogy. You made his day there.
Swanee does go down the score 19-9, as you're going to see Epsilon with the early lead. Prophecy, Swanee trying to break this setup, and it looks like Epsilon, they're just going to back up. They're going to be setting up for this new hill. Let's go over to Zanity. I really like his positioning here with the foul. He's got another teammate spawning in the back, anchoring those spawns. And Zanity, he's going to be the first line of defense here. From the middle stairs, will get one. The kill feed, all Epsilon. You saw Shane as well as Madcat picking up kills, and Zanity, he's just going to be holding on to this hard point, about 200 kills, or 200 points rather, away from that Hellstorm missile, and now he's just 1 kill away.
Yeah, he's doing a very, very good job of just trying to build towards those score streaks. Does take down Excellence. That is going to give him that Hellstorm missile. So now he's looking for his Lightning Strike. Trophy system defense gives him that 25 points. Has the Lightning Strike. Looking now to see if he can get that Sentry Gun. And you may be thinking, whoa, this is EU Pro Scrims. Why are they using Sentry Guns? That's not part of the Deserter rule set. Both these 2 teams are looking at attending MLG. So they decided, you know, they want to try with the MLG American rule set this evening.
Very good comment there. I didn't even think about that. I just expected to see these sentry guns, so used to the MLG settings. And I have to say, there's no better teams I would rather have coming to the MLG Anaheim event than Prophecy and Epsilon. After meeting these guys at the Call of Duty Championships, I became an instant fan. They're so fun to hang out with, incredible players to watch, and already we are just seeing Epsilon take it to their opponents. But Gunshi, he's on a 3-kill spree, doing his best to keep him off of Junk. He goes down, and Xanity is back on our screen.
And more importantly, Xanity has that sentry gun. He's trying to take down the Prophecy anchor. Not going to happen. Turns with the cap and takes out Gunshi, the second one as well. That was actually taken down by Shane, so nice cover. But he is going to get another one with that cap for you. That's actually going to be excellent. So look at that. Already earned himself another Hellstorm missile. Right now, Xanity 15 and 5. Make that 16 and 5 as he earns himself another sentry gun. Amazing play, and what a great start from Epsilon early on. 107 to 23.
Xanity could not have a better start. 16 and 6, 9 defense, 3 captures, 2,400 points. On the other side, just to do a quick comparison, Excellence is leading his squad with 1,400 points.
Yeah, big score difference already, considering we're only a few minutes into the game. About 3 minutes and a few seconds. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what Gunshi's up to. Just as that he goes down, he was on a 3 streak. Shane, meanwhile, though, for Epsilon, he's got 2 kills. He's got the hardpoint contested. Picks up a kill there on Excellence. He has score streaks as well. So this Epsilon lineup really are looking very, very strong. And if you're wondering who Epsilon's Scruffy is, don't worry, Epsilon aren't playing with 5 people. That is, in fact, the Epsilon coach. He's a fantastic coach. Really is very, very clever in some of the strategies that he tries to develop with his team. And it's interesting to see, this Epsilon lineup with the added addition, obviously, of Scruffy as their coach. Just the difference in playstyle that they're now trying to adapt.
Now, I actually wanted to ask you about the EU coaches. Last night I was watching STARCRAFT's WCS with the Koreans, really talking with their coaches and how closely knit the players are and the coaching community there, how important the coaches are to the team's success. And the American scene, I really don't have a coach other than maybe J-Lou and a couple others that really actually contribute to the mindset and the strategy of their teams. Do the EU coaches, are they former players? Do they actually contribute?
It kind of depends. I mean, some of them are just full of wisdom, and some of them know the competitive scene. Some of them can be described more as maybe marketing managers, I guess you could say. They try and help the teams develop their own personal brands, etc. But then, oh my God, Madcat with a 3-piece there with their Hellstorm. And you can just see this Epsilon lineup just all with those streaks. Each and every one of them has streaks. And it's worth mentioning as well, if you have a quick flick over towards Jerd, he's only selected 2 score streaks. So that's potentially a bit of a mistake there. May actually be on purpose, but I doubt that, because at the end of the day, it is King Jerd. As Shane hits another 3-piece with a lightning strike, with a Hellstorm missile even. And that's, I think, 3 hat-trick Hellstorm missiles we've seen so far. But lots of kills going down for this Epsilon lineup. And the lead they have already, 172 to 52. It's over 100 points, 5 minutes still to play. As Madcat right now, he's going to be on that hard point. He's picking up 2 kills. He's on a 6 streak. There's another one as well. That's the 3rd hit. Shut down 22 on the right-hand side. Finally, someone takes Madcat out. But the damage looks as though it's already been done.
All right, I'm looking at Madcat staying on board with him. You can see his teammates. That's Shane and Xanity trying to anchor. Xanity is going to win his battle in the back. Madcat, he's about to see some action. He goes down. We're going to switch over to Xanity, and Xanity is going to see his teammate Shane also cleaned out of the hill. Does he turn his attention over? No, he cannot. He's taken out from the right. Jerd trying to hold on to this hard point. He's all by himself for the moment. Income opponent. Shane now in here, but it's been Epsilon. They're losing players, yet they're still maintaining control of the hill. What's going on here? What's wrong for Prophecy?
It just looks like Prophecy, they're going individual pushes. There isn't one of those continuous 3-man pincer movement trying to get control of the hardpoint. They don't have the anchoring either at the minute. Swanee trying his hardest, but he just can't do it. And it's just all coming down to the fact Epsilon are out slaying this Prophecy lineup. I mean, look at that scoreboard. Each and every Epsilon player, all with 20+ kills. They're not really dying that frequently either. Most deaths on the team is only at 17, and that's Shane. Shane, a hardcore objective player. You can see he's spent a majority of his time actually on the hardpoint, picking up 7 defense. So Prophecy just not able to take down the Epsilon lineup right now.
I'm on board with Swanee for the moment. He is looking into the setup here from Epsilon, trying to figure out how to break it, and I don't think it's going to happen. We're going back to Jerd just as he's taken down. Now it's Madcat's turn. He's on your screen helping defend his teammate Xanity, who's been holding on to that hard point. 3 minutes, 26 seconds left on the clock, and already Epsilon just 30 seconds away. Their opponents less than 75 seconds. Finally, they break that 75-second mark. And Prophecy, they have a long ways to go. They're not technically out of this game yet, but they need to play nearly perfect for the remaining 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's just simply not going to happen. Epsilon, they have control of the hard point. Once again, it's Jerd all by himself, has that cap 40 out. He shuts down Excellence, and the control Epsilon have had this entire game is just, if I'm honest, worrying. I really thought, you know, if anyone could try and take down this Epsilon lineup, it would be, in fact, Prophecy. They're such a strong lineup, but Epsilon, you know, a lot of people saying they're the best team in Europe right now, and this is why.
Identified.
I was talking on Twitter earlier yesterday saying that, you know, I'd love to see the winner of this Epsilon Prophecy match face off against AAA. And I want to take a minute and thank everyone who tuned in for Wednesday's France versus Spain matchup. AAA going up against the Giants from Spain. And that match was so good, such incredible games out of AAA, and we had 15,000 people watching all at once. So big shout out to everyone tuning in for the new EU version of our Pro Scrims. We love the support here at MLG, and if we keep seeing numbers like that, we definitely will be continuing to put out content. And here is another game for the VOD Vault as it's 250 to 99, all Epsilon in game number 1. And real quick, Benson, we got to pull up these stats for the end of the game. 250 to less than 100, and Jerd, 31, 20 deaths, plus 11 there with 10 captures and 10 defense. Not only topping in the kill column, but also in the objectives. Jerd, the MVP of game number 1.
Yep, like we said earlier on, Jerd, he does what he wants. He really has had a very solid game, but he kind of does it in a very sneaky way. You don't really expect him to be top of that leaderboard, and then out of nowhere, you hit it at the end of the game. There he is, right at the top. Most defense, most caps, just really is a fantastic player, and one of those players you need to be watching out for over MLG.
Yeah, I was looking there. Mad Cat went +9. Xanity, he went +8. Shane, who was doing the objective work, even went +4. So just total outslaying we saw from the Epsilon squad as they dominate their opponents by about 35 kills. We're going to a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's game number 2, Search and Destroy. Totally different game type. We'll see if Prophecy can bounce back.